VolState Sports Network, and we are here inside the Pickle Fieldhouse at the Richard Moore Gymnasium as we get ready for the men Pioneers to take on the men Senators. I'm Ethan Vance, and this is going to be Kaysen Hollingsworth. Kaysen, what could we expect from the Pioneers tonight?
Just expect a lot from Auden Slaughter to step up big. I know he's been stepping up big in these past couple games. Another person to look forward to, as we always do, is Cannon Hale. Come in there with a clutch three in the hot hand. I know you were talking to me before the game. And that's it. And just Cannon Hale as well to come in and hit those clutch threes for us.
You're ready for starting lineups. We're going to mention the man you down see there, not dressed out in a black hoodie and on crutches. That is number 1. Taylor Groves, torn ACL earlier this year. Finally got his surgery. Hope for a speedy recovery.
And then I can do starting lineups right now. So I'm going to start with the Senators. Number 0, Taquez Butler. Number 1, Damori Lynch. Number 2, Trey Rideau. Number 10, Jamari Livingston. Number 15, Jaden Nesbitt. And for the Pioneers, we've got number 4, Preston King. He's a sophomore. Number 6, Auden Slaughter. Slaughter is a freshman, so look forward to him next year. Number 10, Macon Atkinson, also a freshman. Number 12, Cannon Hale, sophomore. And number 13, Jalen Hardaway, also a sophomore. So a very, I guess I should say, experienced team out there on the court tonight for the Pioneers.
Pioneers are starting their leading scorer in their last game in Jalen Hardaway. He come up big with 22 points in their win, and he is a big reason why they're also on a 3-game winning streak. As for the Senators, they have a former Pioneer on their team in Jaden Nesbitt. Nesbitt was here last year. Didn't get to watch him much as I am a freshman, but Kaysen knows a little about Nesbitt and Nesbitt's play style. So, Kaysen?
Nesbitt is a very physical player, big frame on him. He likes to get into the paint. Almost sort of like Jalen Hardaway. He gets into the paint. He can bully you down low and put in those nice shots after he's bumped you out of the way. So that's what you kind of expect from him. He's going to get down into the paint and try to use his frame to put points on the board.
Yeah, and some of the key things that the Pioneers can win and, maybe they can ride the momentum wave. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They've had hot hands over the past few games. A couple games ago, they had 4 guys in double figures. Find the hot hand. There's always one Pioneer who's having a spectacular night. Recently it's been Auden Slaughter, but it could always be Hale or, some other guys that we've seen. Score and finish in both halves. Not only just scored in the first half and finished, but second half, this is where their energy starts to kind of come out. Maybe they need to learn how to finish in that second half. For the Senators, bench production. They got to find not guys just in their starting 5, but guys off the bench that are going to come in and score when they have to rest those guys in their starting lineups. Brian Carter. Brian Carter has been their hot hand recently. He's a sophomore who averages about 12 points a game and just big-time scoring when it matters the most. Just having just possessions that don't come out empty would be just keys that they could win this game as we get ready.
And I agree. Also for the Pioneers, you've got Dylan Delk out there on the bench, to come out there to sub in some guys, get some fresh legs out there, and Delk, an outstanding rebounder. So definitely a momentum changer if you're down something like that, and then Dylan Delk comes in and he's getting all the defensive rebounds to put your team back in a position to score. That helps your team out a lot. Also, we look at Maxwell Moore. Moore, great leader on the team. He's been pretty good from the three-point line. He also has very good court vision. He makes good passes. So you've got good players to sub in for the Pioneers here. So it should be a well-balanced game for the Pioneers.
Preston King and Jaden Nesbitt getting ready for tip as this game gets underway. Another guy not out there that I believe did not see was Demarius Carroll. There he is on the bench. It's also a good bench production as Nesbitt wins the tip for the Senators. It's going to be Trey Ritter bringing it up. Gets over to Damari Lynch. Down to Jaden Nesbitt. Back to Lynch. into the corner. Swing it over. Nesbitt in the post. Nesbitt mid-range. Won't go. Rebound. Jalen Hardaway. Going to be a key matchup right there between Jalen Hardaway and Jaden Nesbitt. Both similar frame. Bacon Adams can bring it up. Gets a screen from Hale. Finds Hale. Hale has it knocked away. Ritter. Fast break. Tried to open off the glass. No one was there. Auden Slaughter. Drive in. An easy lay. Auden Slaughter. Mentioned him pregame. Foul going to be called. Auden Slaughter looking for a jump ball. Preston King's going to pick up his first foul. Going to be Trey Redu inbounding to talk to Quez Butler. Livingston gets it inside. Get back out to Ritter. Swings over to Lynch. Lynch in the corner. They get it down to Nesbitt. Nesbitt. Shot won't go. Rebound. Lynch lays it off the glass. Hardaway inbounds to Atkinson. Atkinson's pass stolen at half court by Livingston. Gives it to Nesbitt, who lays it in off the glass.
Senators playing tough full court defense here. It's very disrupting to the Pioneers.
Three won't go. Hardaway and Nesbitt fight for the rebound. This is something you don't want to see if you're a Pioneer fan. Is Auden Slaughter. Slaughter is a freshman. He's had a good couple of games. Gonna try and walk this off as Demarius Curl will check in. Slaughter's had big games that I've seen in this gym. So Hale's gonna inbound to Atkinson. Atkinson. Look, just trying to find somebody. Finds Carroll. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Quez Butler, but it'll stay with the Pioneers.
Carroll is another one of those guys, great on defense. He's got 29 defensive rebounds this season, so definitely a big factor on defense for the Pioneers.
Atkinson looking for Hardaway. Hardaway just goes right at Butler and draws the foul. Send Jalen Hardaway to the line. Hardaway has stepped up significantly in getting more playing time with the injuries that the Pioneers have suffered throughout the year. As a sophomore, he's also taken on a leadership role as his first free throw is good.
Hardaway, very good from the free throw line, 81.3%.
Doesn't miss much. His second one. It's only going to be good. The dude gets it to Lynch. Get it to Livingston. Get it to Lynch. Over to Butler. Lynch's three is good. Get it to Cannon Hell. Tyrese Stovall has checked in for the Pioneers. Trying to double team Hale there. Get it to King. Get it to Carroll. Carroll gets it down to Hale. Gets it into Jalen Hardaway. We get Stovall up in the air. What a move. Could not finish, but King fights for the rebound. Ends up in the hands. Blocked from behind is Hardaway by Stovall. Up ahead. Livingston is fouled. Coach Johnny Lynn being very vocal with the refs there. Tyrese Stovall heads to the line. Stovall's a freshman who averages almost 12 points a game. His first free throw is short, right off the rim.
Stovall, not much luck from the free throw line this year, 65.7%. So not horrible, definitely better than anything I could do.
Sophomore Brian Carter has checked in off the bench. He has also been a big production off the bench for the Senators in late recent games. As Carroll brings it up the floor on Ritter. Trapped, tries to find somebody. His full court pass is caught by Hardaway. Hardaway gets Stovall in the air. His layup is good. Jalen Hardaway. Butler finds Stovall inside. Back out to Carter. Swings it to Wallace. Runs into Preston King. His free throw jumper won't go. King rebound. Hardaway ends up on the deck there. Carroll gets a screen from King. Gets it to Hale. Hale gets it to King. To Carroll on the wing. It's like Stovall is going to pick up a foul down low against the physical Jalen Hardaway. He's going to sit there, wait for Carroll and Hale to come pick him up. It's going to be Tyree Stovall's first foul of the game. Nesbitt will check back in, along with Carter Webb and Malachi Brooks. Max Moore is going to check in for Jalen Hardaway. Get it into King. Hale. They got it to one top of the key. Over to Slaughter. Good to see him check back in. Step back three. Bullseye on it. Slaughter from deep.
Outstanding shot there by Slaughter. Really, that was crazy.
Carter got King up in the air, and he's going to roll off the rim. Auden Slaughter had a tough three there. Great shot. Slaughter. He's got Wallace in the backcourt. Gets by. Spins. Gets it out to Carroll. His three. Bullseye! Back-to-back possessions, back-to-back threes for the Pioneers. And they're going to say that Carter Webb stepped out catching that pass, and the momentum is towards the Pioneers.
And that's what I was telling you before the game. You got so many people that can sub in off the bench that are good at defense, good at offense. They got good shooting form from the three, such as, Cannon Hale, which he started, but Demarius Carroll, he was out there hitting threes for his team. That's what I mentioned to you before the game.
Finn Okoli's going to check in. Couldn't really miss his shoes. Bright neon green shoes. Maxwell Moore couldn't curl Carroll's pass inside. Brian Carter's going to inbound. Get up ahead to Brooks. Malachi Brooks hands it off to Webb. Back to Carter. Get it to Livingston. He drives. Gets it back out to Webb. Webb gets a screen from Nesbitt. Pulled it back. Three. Good. Carter Webb for three. Carroll. Looking for somebody. Ellis comes and gets it. Chucks it up ahead, but it's stolen. Brian Carter swings in the corner. Livingston's three is good. Foul on Jamar Livingston. If the Pioneers consider and get these guys to foul, they'll eventually back off with the full court press, and Pioneers will be able to advance the ball as Valdez, Maxwell Moore kind of like ran through somebody there. Didn't show who that was. Took a hard fall. Valdez couldn't corral the ball. Dylan Duck's going to check in for Maxwell Moore as the Senators lead 16-12 here with 14-16 to go here in the first half. Carter going to inbound here. Gets it to Brooks. Gets it to Carter Webb. Get it back to Malachi Brooks. Gets it down to Webb. His free throw jumper won't go. Nesbitt rebound. His putback won't go. Gets his own rebound. They're going to say he stepped out. Dylan Delk's going to inbound. Gets it to Carroll. Going to bring the trap. Gets it to Delk. They get it up to Auden Slaughter. Get it past half court. Over to Carroll. Coley's going to check in. They get it to Slaughter. Slaughter spins. Tough fade. Good. Auden Slaughter. Carter, top of the key. Gets it to Livingston. Kicks it into the corner for Webb. For three. It's good. Carroll in the court. Bring the trap. Get it to Dylan Delk. Over to Valles. Thought about the three. Swings it low to a Cooley. Gets it to a Slaughter. Slaughter drives. Gonna stay with the Pioneers as Preston King and Macon Atkinson will both check in.
And I mentioned the full court press at the beginning of the game, and we can see how it's affected the Senators, and well, not only the Pioneers affecting their scoring, but they already have 3 team fouls on them. So playing that tough defense, it helps, but it also puts you in a vulnerable position.
It does. As Hardaway subs back in to go against Nesbitt. Jaden Nesbitt's going to be charged with the foul. It's going to send Jalen Hardaway to the line. The more you go at them and the more physical you are, the more chance you're going to get fouled. And once they get fouled, they're going to put them in a position where it's like, are we going to go, we're going to full press these guys, or you get some of these guys in foul trouble. They're not going to want to play as difficult and physical.
Definitely, that's just wear and tear down definitely on their bodies. You don't want to take these hits, them shoulder checking you and whatever. But also, you get into a position, you already got 4 team fouls now. So I mean, you're close to bonus already. So I mean, I don't know. It's good defense, but it comes at a risk.
It does. Jalen Shelton checked in as Hardaway makes his second after missing the first. The deep three won't go for Brooks. Nesbitt rebound. Back out to Webb. Down to Nesbitt, who's going to slam it home. Making Atkinson trap. Gets it to Hardaway. Draws it back out. Gets it to Macon Atkinson. Gets it to Jalen Shelton. Slaughter in the corner. Gets it to King up top. In the corner, gets it to Hardaway. Hardaway goes up and one. Jalen Hardaway. Draws the foul. Looks like that foul's going to be on Nesbitt again.
I've got him with 2 fouls now.
Same, and
but the scoreboard's got him with 1.
Hardaway converts the 3-point play. Webb gets it up top. Down to Stovall. Stovall looking for Butler on the outside. Leads to a turnover.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Pays off for the Pioneers.
Macon Atkinson gets it to King. So looks like a foul's going to be called on Tyrese Stovall, battling down there with the big Jalen Hardaway.
I was watching that as it was developing. He was up on him. Maybe a little bit of a floppage there by Hardaway, but hey, we got the foul, so.
It's going to be Stovall's second foul. King for 3. Won't go. It's not Preston King's normal type of shot. Carter loses it. It's going to be Pioneer ball. The Senators have 6 team fouls, already putting the Pioneers in a 1-on-1 bonus. Hale chucks it way down the court. Preston King mid-range. Won't go. Lynch. Work it up to Butler. Back down to Lynch. Lynch backing down Preston King. Gonna get fouled. It's gonna be Preston King's second foul of the game. So Damari Lynch will head to the line. Lynch is a sophomore, averages 13.4 points per game. So he goes to the line. He's be a bit shaken up after that foul.
Damari Lynch, 5 points so far in this game. 1, 2, and a 3. And he's pretty good from the free throw line, 69.9%. So I'm looking
shooting
for
around a 7% there. Lynch is from Dillon, South Carolina. He stands at a good 6'6", big frame. His first free throw won't go. Maxwell Moore checks in for Preston King. As Lynch gets ready for his second free throw, it's good. Hardaway looking to inbound, gets it to Slaughter. Gets it to Hardaway. This pass is rejected. Get it down to Atkinson. To Moore. Atkinson thought he was going to go for the lob there. Moore's just going to go straight up on Lynch. Won't go. Ritter. Charging foul there on Brian Carter. Jalen Hardaway stepping in. Could not imagine taking a charge from a guy coming at you probably full speed. So it's gonna be Brian Carter's first foul. Moore looking for somebody. Timeout's gonna be called there by head coach Johnny Lynn. Gonna try and figure out what they can do to try and beat this full court press. So far, 10:43 to go. What have you seen from the Pioneers that look good that so far kept them in this game?
Oh yeah, I just see they're really handling that full court pressure well. They had a couple of hiccups in the beginning, turnovers and such, but now they're understanding they're having better ball possession and they're getting good passes down court to open people. Now, can they capitalize on those passes better? Yes, we had something right down here. Macon Atkinson had a 2v1. Instead of, maybe driving in, pump faking, then passing, he went for the oop and resulted in no points. But if you capitalize on that, they've done a really good job against this defense.
Yeah, and you don't always got to be flashy. Take the fundamental stuff. Use the fundamental stuff. Yes, would have been cool, but I mean, that led to a missed shot, then a defensive rebound for the Senators, and it led to down here. So I mean, pros and cons coming up, but I mean, you really need the pros to start outweighing the cons. Down 4 here.
Definitely agree.
Moore's going to inbound. Going to get to Slaughter. Trap comes. Get it to Hardaway. Hardaway. Hands it off to Slaughter. Slaughter, step back 3. Off the front of the rim. Butler rebound. Up ahead to Lynch. Couldn't corral the pass. Takes a spill. One takes out the photographer down there. It's going to be Pioneer ball. Moore inbound to Hale. Up ahead to Moore. Moore. Blocking foul going to be called there. Looks like it's going to be on Lynch. It's going to be his first foul. And that's a good way of just beating it. Put him in a position, either try and take a charge, commit a foul, something there. They're up to 18 fouls, not too far away from double bonus, and you still got a long way to go in this first half.
I agree. Also, back down here, I just want to take it back. They had a turnover, and this is, just something I'm thinking about as I'm watching it. You have the turnover down here, and then you have the quick break, and then obviously, we did capitalize on it. We were going to the line, but I mean, I feel like you need to put up a better shot. Now, obviously, I'm not the one on the court, but that's just a unprofessional opinion.
Yeah, opportunities have been missed. Maxwell Moore goes 2 for 2 from the line. Butler gets a screen from Nesbitt. He's going to take it. His floater won't go. Hardaway was going away with this Nesbitt and Carter, and Carter comes away with it. Moore gets it in quickly to Cannon Held. Gets it down to Auden Slaughter. Auden Slaughter right at Jaden Nesbitt. Don't know if that was the smartest decision. Carter's layup is good. Hale drives, loses it. Timeout, yeah.
Very smart timeout there.
Yeah, you're losing the momentum, and you were talking about it, just smart passes, and not all of those were smart. Auden Slaughter, yeah, like you had a 2v1 with Jaden Nesbitt. I mean, you try to go right at him. Probably not the smartest decision. You got Jalen Hardaway down there. It's going to be easier for him to get a foul, for him to foul Hardaway than it is you. You're a smaller guy. When Hardaway goes up on him, he's going to have to, it's a big guy, so.
Definitely, and I also want to bring up you said momentum at the beginning of the game for the Pioneers need to keep it, and then I feel like they have definitely lost it. They had keeping it kind of close, down 4 points, but now they've kind of definitely drone away with this one up by 8 points. So they need to capitalize on it, like I've said, on these passes that they have. They've got a lot of opportunities down in the paint where it's a 2v1, and maybe they're just not making the smartest passes. Maybe that's what Johnny Lynn's talking about in the huddle right now. But in my opinion, you just need to not slow it down, but just slow down your thought, your train of thought, and make the smarter decision.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you're playing with a 1-on-1 bonus for the rest of this half. Like, go at them, make them foul. You're going to the line no matter what on any call. It's just all about making that first free throw so you get that extra one. And maybe they're not doing enough, or maybe they're trying to and just not getting the calls. As Moore inbounds to Hale, gets it to Moore, get it up ahead to Carroll. Carroll loses it. Moore chased it down, but it's going to be out on him.
I really like that hustle right there from Maxwell Moore. It's terrible that we didn't get the ball there, but it stops them from having easy points right there. Now they have to go out here, they have to get the inbound, they have to earn it.
Yeah, transition has been a big thing in this game. Open 3 for Butler. He drains it. Slaughter bringing it up. Looking for somebody. Finds. Ball goes spilling onto the scorer's table there.
Probably not the smartest idea to have open drinks on the scoring table.
Yeah, a lot of technology over there. Hale's going to inbound. He's going to get it to Slaughter. Slaughter drives. Spun right into a double team. Gets it out to Atkinson. Gets it to Hale. Back to Atkinson. Swings in the corner for Slaughter. Slaughter drives. Gets it to Hardaway. Hardaway puts up a 3. Bullseye! Jalen Hardaway. Nesbitt just open. You just got to get back on defense. You made a good shot. Now get back. Force them to set up an offense. That is something that the Senators have done to the Pioneers. Foul there. It's going to send you to the line.
This is where the Pioneers can claw back out of it. You're down 10 points. This is where you draw the fouls and you go to the line. You got to hit them.
Dylan Delk going to check in for more. You know, they're at, I think one more will put them in a double bonus for the rest of this half. That is Trey Redue's first foul of the game, making Atkinson misses. Up ahead, Carter gets it out to Nesbitt, gets it to Butler. His three is good. Slaughter. It's a screen from Delk. What a pass. Through three people, found Jalen Hardaway, couldn't capitalize. Dylan Delk offensive rebound. Missed. Nesbitt rebound, has it stripped away. Hardaway may have a busted nose here. Got a tough battle. Yeah. Preston King will sub in. You got to limit the threes now. You know, you're in the double bonus. Limit their threes, limit the open threes. Start clawing your way back. Force the fouls. If I'm them, you know, they just subbed their Nesbitt out. Go at them. Go in the paint. Make them foul you. Make them start playing with fouls. That's your goal here. Atkinson. He's got Brooks working on him. Mid-range. Rims out. King on the deck.
That's one thing Preston King's always not been afraid of, is getting out on the deck and fighting for that ball. Obviously, you know, it didn't go his way, but he's not afraid to do it.
13-point lead here for the Senators. Get it to Butler. Get it to Brooks. Brings it over to Webb. Webb gets it down to Lynch. Swings it over to Brooks for three. Won't go. Slaughter rebound. Gets it to King. Over to Carroll. Get it to Dylan Delk. Over to Auden Slaughter. Slaughter drives. Loses it. You know, you heard, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but you heard Johnny Lynn yell, go. Do not let them get set up in their full court press. Go after him. You get a rebound, go right after him. That's where you're gonna win this game. Get them out in transition. Make them start putting guys back.
I definitely agree with that. Slaughter goes to the line. He's got about a 70% free throw percentage here, so first one's
Makes
good.
the first. Gonna get one more here. Preston King will come out for Finakule. Slaughter made the first. Makes the second. Brooks pushing the floor. Gives it to Webb. Webb gets a screen from Carter. Looking. Finds Carter. Pump fakes down. Lynch lost it. Just kind of throws up a shot there. Won't go, but he will draw the foul.
That's another thing in the favor of the Pioneers. You've got fouls to play with here, so, you know, you got a couple here to play with. So, I mean, you can be a little bit more aggressive than they can.
Most definitely. Lynch's first free throw is good. He gets ready for his second. Second one is also good. Delk looking to inbound. Finds Carroll. Carroll Pulling it back, finds Akule. He's blocked his shot, but Slaughter cleans it up. Head coach Jerry Nichols is not happy about something. Immediately sends Livingston over there to go check in. Hale. Carter. Blocking foul there on Dylan Delk. Bit shaken up.
That's horrible to see. Team already that has injuries that have been affecting them all season. Be a tough player to lose. Seems like he is okay. Maybe just needs to sit for a bit. Walking off on his own power, always a great sign.
King comes in the game. Brian Carter the line. They did count the bucket. He makes the free throw with it. Carroll. Slaughter. Pull up three. Won't go. Carter rebound. Gives it to Lynch. Goes right at Preston King. Won't go. Preston King sets a hard screen there for Brooks. Preston King mid-range. Rattles in. Brooks bringing it up. Gets it to Lynch. Ends it back to Malachi Brooks. His three is good. Carroll gets a screen from King. His three won't go. Spills onto the deck. Looks like that foul's probably going to be assessed to Preston King there. It's going to be what I have with King's third foul.
That's what I have too. Third foul, so.
Not the sight you want to see here in the first half.
Definitely not. This is a very foul-heavy first half.
That or the refs just like blowing the whistle, which is always the case sometimes. Webb. His three won't go. Rebound Carter. Slams it home. Carroll. Hardaway going right at Nesbitt. His fadeaway won't go. King gonna get fouled and one. Preston King. Looks like that foul is gonna be assessed to Brian Carter. That's his second. Preston King going to the line for a three-point play. You need to start gaining back momentum. Start getting stops. Start getting momentum back. Once you do that, you're slowly going to chip away at this game. As Preston King converts the three-point play, MJ Gibbs will check in. Another thing is you might have to start finding Canaan Hill open for three. Start drawing up plays where he gets maybe a double screen or something. Nesbitt. Caught at the top of the key, passed it back out to Redu. Redu finds Nesbitt mid-range. Rattles in. Got the roll. Hardaway catches it. Drives right in at Lynch. Now gonna go up with it. Can't get it. Gets his own rebound. Then gets the putback to go. Jalen Hardaway. Webb. The three from Livingston won't go. Rebound King. 2:55 here to play in the first half. Atkinson. Swings it down to Hardaway, into the hands of MJ Gibbs, out to King. He's gonna shoot the three, won't go. Rideau down to Nesbitt, gets his own rebound and the putback. $16-point lead. Looks like that foul's going to be assessed to Jaden Nesbitt. I have Nesbitt with 3, but I think they may have gave a foul to Damarian Lynch that we thought maybe it was going to be Nesbitt. We're going to get that talked about at halftime, but they said he has 2. So Hardaway, first free throw rolls in. But that's good. You want to, if Nesbitt's going to come out, now here's your time. Go right at them. Nesbitt's out. He's a big factor in getting offensive boards if we've seen this game. Just go right at them, make them predict something. Hardaway goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Hardaway played a really great game so far. One of the reasons this team has seen really much or any success this game so far.
Out of bounds there. Maxwell Moore will check in, along with Caden Baldwin. Atkinson. Bring it up. Gets it to Velez. MJ Gibbs with another save by another errant pass. Velez drives, loses it, stolen. Johnny Lynch again yelling for his team to go, catch them off guard. Atkinson drives, blocked from behind. Jalen Shelton and Demarius Kerr will both check in.
Just a bunch of, I don't want to say, I'll just say a bunch of arrogant, I guess, plays. You know, you're not really thinking, and it's definitely affected them.
Yeah. Gonna get that into Jalen Shelton. Foul's gonna be called there on Baldwin. It's gonna be his first. Sends you to the line. This is where you start to just kind of like go to the line, you know. But as you see, like, they've backed off that full court press. So it's like it's letting the Pioneers get up the floor. You know, they don't have to worry about getting trapped or anything. Shelton's first free throw won't go.
Very physical game so far. We've seen a bunch of free throw shots in this game.
Makes his second. Rideau gets it to Carter. Gets it to Baldwin. Over to Rideau. Down to Lynch. Working on Hardaway. Get it out to Webb. Swing across to Rideau. Hop steps in the lane, lays it in, and good. Carroll bringing up the floor. Carroll. Looking for somebody. Gets it to Shelton. 10 to go on the shot clock. Gets it to Hardaway at the free throw line. Spin. Has it knocked away by Webb. Gets it down to Carter. Has it knocked away by Carroll. Up ahead to Moore. To Shelton. Back out to Carroll. He'll drive. won't go. Could have been Hardaway picks it up. He's got to go. Did they count the bucket? Yes, they did. Jalen Hardaway at the buzzer. Could have been a couple fouls there, just gonna, right before halftime. You got a big scrounge up here. There's a lot going on out there under the bucket, and it ends up going the Pioneer ways. They trail 52-38 here at half. We're gonna get some official scores, and we'll be right back with a halftime recap.
The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. Visit volstate.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses.
Why spend over $100,000 for a large school where they'll be just another number? With Tennessee Promise, a great education at VolState could be free. Go to volstate.edu today to get started.
Man, thanks to that Baldwin personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
On second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
You are locked into 5. Y'all stick around because we get to chat with VolState student Madeline, who is a part of the Student Government Association. But first, let's see what the girls are up to around campus. You ready? Let's go.
Happy holidays, everyone. I'm Rox, and this is the student segment of 5. And today we're asking, what do you want for Christmas?
For Christmas, I would like a My Chemical Romance vinyl.
I definitely want Morgan Wallen tickets, or if another person goes on tour, Youngblood tickets.
I want a trip to Europe.
I want to take a trip to Nevada for a once-in-a-lifetime.
Mad Villainy by MF Doom and Mad Villain.
What I want for Christmas is some money to get to New Mexico because I am planning on moving to New Mexico for New Mexico State University. They have a really nice museum conservation program.
Medium level piano player book.
A copy of Andy Weir's The Hail Mary Project because the movie's coming out next year and I want to read the book before the movie comes out.
Really all I want for Christmas is to go back home to Missouri. My grandmother's grave is there and my best friend, and every year he gets to just throw a big get-together and cook for everyone, so it's the one thing every year that brings everybody together.
I want my dog to be less fat and stupid for Christmas.
Hey, Madeline, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, but thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you're part of the SGA program, so tell me about that a little bit.
So I'm the vice president of SGA, and kind of what SGA does, we're the point people for student engagement around campus. A lot of people think we have control of everything that happens around campus, but that's not necessarily the case. So
not all the power.
We do not have all the powers. We have people that are above us. Yeah. But so basically kind of the things that we just do some things around campus, and we do things for the betterment of the student body. So one thing that we did this semester, we increased the number of book stipend scholarships and the amount of book stipend scholarships that students can receive per semester. We also do a lot of sponsorships of cab events. So kind of like fall festival, we sponsored a photo booth, we sponsored a movie night, just kind of things like that. Just doing things around campus that are fun.
And you get to like have more student engagement too, which is awesome, and really promote more of that.
Yep.
That's amazing.
We also do stop-bys every other Tuesday, so we'll be set up in the second floor of SRB, or we're in the carpeted dining hall in the Wood Center. So we kind of just talk about like the proposals that we're working on, like all that kind of stuff. We get to talk to the student body, we get to hear their concerns, all that kind of stuff.
That's wonderful. So I just heard that you guys did your, what is it, the Christmas for the Kids benefit. So tell me about that, how that went, and everything.
So I was the chair for the Christmas for the Kids committee this holiday. So it's kind of like an angel tree or Salvation Army, where we had ornaments set up on our tree in the Student Services Center. So total between all 4 VolState campuses, we had about 62 kids, but Gallatin had 35. So it's amazing to say all 35 of those ornaments were taken off of the tree and they got sponsored. So all 35 of those ornaments are a child of a student on campus, which is really cool because we get to give back to people that are really close in our community. So the staff was given the opportunity to, you know,
to help out and be a part of that. That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's all we have for you today. But one last question before we go. It's our question of the year. Do you prefer Apple Music or Spotify?
Spotify. I actually just switched from Apple to Spotify recently.
You've been converted completely.
Yes, I have.
Well, thank you for all your insight, Madeline.
Thank you.
Are you graduating this semester? Be sure to pick up your regalia at the bookstore.
Come watch us hoop December 6th, Saturday at 2.
Financial aid book charging runs from January 14th to the 22nd. You'll be notified if you're eligible.
Finals week is coming. Be sure to grab your blue book at the bookstore.
Spring fees are due January 13th. Be sure that your financial aid information is up to date. You do not want to be dropped from classes.
And one last thing. Y'all, good luck with final exams and have a very Merry Christmas. Well, that's all we got for you for this week for 5 segments in 5 minutes. We'll be on winter break, so this is the last episode of the year. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I'm Jessica Meyer. Have a happy holidays, and we'll see you in 2026.
My name is Brent Cross. I'm a student of VolState. This is my first day. All my cousins have gone here and said it's always a good school. It's a lot different than high school. There's tons of people and I don't know anybody.
Do you need help finding a class? Are you good? My name is Trinice Palmer. I'm a student at VolState Community College. And I just kind of help with students find their way around campus. This is starting my second year here at VolState. See what we can get done. But you have a lot of high school students that are, you know, have a hard time transitioning between high school requirements and college requirements. What I like about VolState is that you get involved with a lot of the, you know, campus events and campus clubs and society. And I'm pretty much taking advantage of all those things. So,
my name is Kida De La Cruz. I play baseball at Volunteer State, and I am a pioneer. Well, I wasn't the greatest student in high school. I barely passed. I never really strived to do better. I didn't know where I was going to go to college. As of now, I'd like to go to Grand Junction, win a ring over there. Then after that, in June, go in the draft.
Here we go.
I have high expectations. I expect to learn a lot. Just doing what I gotta do.
I'm studying business administrations right now. Yeah, I plan on graduating here and go to like MTSU or Tech or something.
my goal is to become a surgeon, and in the process I'm majoring in biology. One of my dreams is to pursue finding a cure for cancer and other illnesses and diseases that are out there that's affecting the world. I would have to say this would be a stepping stone for me. I just want to take out the time to, do whatever is necessary and whatever steps or process that it would take to get me closer to that. So.
We've had a bunch of All-Americans. And then we have all the players that were drafted from here to the pros. So if I put in the work I have to, I could be the next one on this list. 'Cause that's something I've always dreamed of when I was little. And just trying to make everybody in my family happy.
My name is Brent Cross. I'm a student at VolState. This is my first day. All my cousins have gone here and said it's always a good school. It's a lot different than high school. There's tons of people and I don't know anybody.
Do you need help finding a class? Are you good? My name is Trinice Palmer. I'm a student at VolState Community College. And I just kind of help with students find their way around campus. This is starting my second year here at VolState. See what we can get done. But you have a lot of high school students that are, have a hard time transitioning between high school requirements and college requirements. What I like about VolState is that you get to get involved with a lot of the, campus events and campus clubs and societies. And I'm pretty much taking advantage of all those things. So.
My name is Kida De La Cruz. I play baseball at Volunteer State, and I am a pioneer. Well, I wasn't the greatest student in high school. I barely passed. I never really strived to do better. I didn't know where I was going to go to college. As of now, I'd like to go to Grand Junction, win a ring over there. Then after that, in June, go in the draft.
Here we go.
I have high expectations. I expect to learn a lot. Just doing what I gotta do.
I'm studying business administration right now. Yeah, I plan on graduating here and go to like MTSU or Tech or something.
My goal is to become a surgeon, and in the process I'm majoring in biology. One of my dreams is to pursue finding a cure for cancer and other illnesses and diseases that are out there that's affecting the world. I would have to say this would be a stepping stone for me. I just want to take out the time to, do whatever is necessary and whatever steps or process that it would take to get me closer to that. So.
We've had a bunch of All-Americans. And then we have all the players that were drafted from here to the pros. So if I put in the work I have to, I could be the next one on this list. 'Cause that's something I've always dreamed of when I was little. And just trying to make everybody in my family happy.
One thing I would say that's really special about VolState is essentially the relationship that the institution has with its students.
This is a place where you can get comfortable and you can be fine-tuned with the people that are in the same field as you are.
VolState is like my second home. I've gained so much here, I can't even describe it all. So my story began for me about 5 years ago. Had the world in the palm of my hands. I go into work one day and then I'm told you're going to be laid off indefinitely. We don't have a space or a place for you. And there was two things I could have done. I could have just folded and just said, you know what, my life is ruined, it's over, I'm defeated. Or I could pick myself up, dust myself off and say, let's start again. And so I decided that I would come to VolState.
VolState's prepared me by giving me all the skills I need to start off.
This first class is about mechanical engineering and more of the physical side of mechatronics, just creating 3D objects with routers and mills.
This is where it's all at. I didn't realize how great this place was until I really explored my options.
But we have a great recording industry program. We have great equipment. We have some faculty here who have worked in the industry. I love VolState. I would recommend it to anybody. I want to go into PR and journalism. Being at a smaller community college helped me to better navigate and know what to expect when I'm ready to expand my studies at another university.
I think this was the perfect start to my journey. Possibilities are endless.
It's a solid foundation that you can go anywhere in the country with.
My dad and my parents, period, were my biggest champions. He got sick and we didn't know it. He died of cancer. It was sudden. And he kept asking me, baby, when are you going to graduate? I was like, it's coming. It's coming. I really thought I couldn't do it. But I was determined, and here I am now at the finish line, living proof you can do anything that you put your mind to. Just gotta believe. This has been a great journey. I have nothing but great memories, and I will cherish these memories for as long as I can. It's been tough. It really has been tough. I've had a lot of hills to climb.
Against for the men's Pioneers and the men's Senators, I'm Ethan Vance. And Kason Hollingsworth's going to give us official scores from the first half and a little bit of a recap.
All right, thank you, Ethan. So the leading scorer for your Pioneers is Jalen Hardaway. He's got 16 points, most of those coming from within the paint. He's got 1 3, and also Auden Slaughter has 11. And for the Senators, your leading scorer is Brian Carter. He's got 13 points, most of them being twos. He's got a couple free throws in there. Also, Jaden Nesbitt has 10 points. So those are your two leading scorers for both teams. I'm going to pass it back to Ethan for the play-by-play commentary.
Something I want to highlight from the first half was 7 made threes by the Senators, which contributed points to their lead. But Auden Slaughter got the scoring started when he hit a little fadeaway there. Hale with the rebound. Hardaway bringing it up. Gets it to Atkinson. Gets to King. Over to Hale. Hale gets it to Hardaway. His fadeaway won't roll in. Nesbitt rebound. Up ahead to Butler. Spins. Over to Lynch. His three won't go. Nesbitt posted back out. Second chance three won't go. Rebound Slaughter. Again, like we mentioned pregame, Nesbitt's a former Pioneer. He played here last year, and you know, he's made significant impacts. Was not here last year, but you know, I can imagine he was an outstanding player, and you know, I could not imagine you know, what he was last year with Taylor Groves also on the court. Hale, three, bullseye! Cannon Hale finds his first points of the game, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a three, which is where he's hot from.
That's something that he needs to hit more of those. You know, you just cut the lead to 9 points, so definitely a big factor if he can get hot.
Lynch out to Butler, fires right back. You cannot, you know, if there's a guy you're going to leave open, make it a guy who normally doesn't shoot the three. King drives right at Nesbitt and one! And a little celebration from Preston King as he goes right at Jaden Nesbitt. It's going to be, and Nesbitt's going to be quickly subbed out there. It's his third foul. Stovall's going to come back in. So we have, looks to be Damari Lynch holding that knee. You never know with knee injuries how it could be.
Very unfortunate. I think I've seen multiple people down in this game. You know, it's a horrible sight to see. I hate to see these people, young, definitely such young players, get hurt. It's very terrible.
Yeah. I hope Lynch is okay. You know, of course, we see a lot of kids suffer knee injuries. We don't know if it was non-contact or contact. He's tough, griping that knee. There's a lot that it could be, you know. So hopefully it's nothing serious. As we have, you know, we've battled our own knee injuries. You know, he sits at the end of the bench today with a leg brace on, and Taylor Groves. And, you know, I know he misses the game. I know he enjoyed playing it. So hopefully Lynch is okay. We send our best regards to him to hopefully maybe, you know, come back. And if not come back, I hope everything turns out healthy for him. He's had an outstanding day today. So Preston King will go to the line to try and convert a three-point play here.
King, not many shots at the free throw line compared to his teammates. He's also got about a 60% from the free throw line. Can't convert on that three-point play.
Down to Stovall, who loses it into the hands of Auden Slaughter. Slaughter gives it to Hardaway. Goes right at Stovall and lays it in. Jalen Hardaway. Butler swings it to Carter. Gives it to Livingston. Drives. Gets it to Butler on the perimeter. Moves to his left. Deep three. Won't go. Rebound making Atkinson. And in the corner, oh. Hardaway goes up and bullies him to get the bucket. Quick timeout for the Senators. The Pioneers are finding a way to claw back into this game. I want to mention, Auden Slaughter almost caught that ball out of bounds and then threw it back in right before he fell out. Cool.
Great pass there. Great different movements there from the team, from the Pioneers. Great pass there into the Hardaway. I just want to say, if I was not commentating, this would be a great atmosphere. I can just sense the crowd is getting a little bit hype, you know, just since this comeback. Definitely good timeout by Walter State. They could see that the momentum is slipping into the favor of the Pioneers. So I think this is going to be a great comeback for the Pioneers. I'm going to call it.
We got 17:06 to play here. Quick timeout here, but the Pioneers are just slowly chipping away. Fast break points, defensive rebounds. You saw it. You know, I don't remember who contested the three out here. It was a contested deep three there from Butler. Missed. Rebound, you know, push it back down the floor. You know, their best rebounder, Jaden Nesbitt's on the bench right now because he's got 3 fouls. Keep him out of the game. You know, you're only looking at a 6-point deficit, which you started with a 14. Coming right back from half. So
it reminds me of that game. I don't remember who we played, but it was the Auden Slaughter buzzer beater. Well, there was 0.1 second on the clock, but buzzer beater three.
You were on the call for that game.
I was indeed, and that I forget who we played, but this is what they were. We were down 14 points, came back and won it with I call it a buzzer beater.
You know, they've had historic bad hats here at VolState, but hopefully trying to change that tide. Butler gets it into Carter, gets it back out, swings it in the corner. Inside to Stovall. Oh. Stovall lays it in. Get it to Atkinson. Don't know. Oh. Cleaning up some of the sweat right there from a hard fall from Jalen Hardaway. Preston King will inbound. Guess we have a clock issue.
Got some dangerous people on the court for the Pioneers here. Put some tough buckets on some people up here.
Slaughter finds King. Gets it to Atkinson. Atkinson gets it over to Slaughter. Gets it to Hale. Hale gets it over to Atkinson, down to King in the post. Back out to Atkinson in the corner, back to King in the post. King finds Hardaway. Hardaway straightaway three. Bullseye! Jalen Hardaway from deep.
Great ball movement there by the Pioneers. That was just great passes. I mean, you get the defense jumping and moving. It leaves Hardaway open for a three.
Butler into Carter, working on King. Goes right at him. Swings it back out to Butler. Butler drives, baseline, and blocked by Hardaway. Rebound's going to stay down here. Hardaway may have another nosebleed. He had one early in the game, and then he may have just been reopened up. So.
And that's unfortunate. You know, you got people, and that's not a major injury, but definitely one of your biggest scorers coming off the court hurts in any way possible.
Carter swings it over to Livingston. Pump fakes a three. Goes up on Moore. Can't draw the foul. Rebound, Carter. Shot clock violation forced by the Pioneers.
Now this is when the Pioneers need to capitalize. You force an error, and now you need to go down the court and put up some points. Only down by 2 possessions here.
Carroll checks in. Trapped there. Moore somehow ends up on the deck. Hale pushing it. His wonky layup is no good. He had Carroll in the corner, missed him. Livingston into Carter. Carter trying to go up, has it stripped away by Slaughter. Slaughter spins right at Livingston and lays it in. Auden Slaughter.
Down 3. This is the great 5 minutes. You're already bringing yourself back into this game. This is a great setting up to be a great end of the game.
The layup from Butler is good. Carroll finds Slaughter. Slaughter trying to get past Butler here. Ends up on the deck. Gonna assess Butler, that's his 3rd foul. Well, they say that's his 4th, so.
Missed one somewhere.
He is 1 foul from fouling out.
And that's unfortunate for the Senators, but that's really good for the Pioneers. Butler has 3 threes, so, I mean, he's been sort of hot.
Hale, fadeaway 3. Bullseye.
Oh, my goodness.
Cannon Hale.
Oh, my goodness.
3. And Cannon Hale gets assessed the tech after a celebration, but he's going to take full responsibility. He didn't think it was too much. But I guess if you're going to – here's my question, though. We're going to talk about this in a little. If you're going to assess Cannon Hill at that technical after a really tough 3 there, you know, then why haven't, you know, Walter State been assessed when they've been swinging on the rim, smacking backboards after dunks?
And it goes back to this earlier in the first half. I saw Carter Webb. And now I guess maybe it's different because maybe they thought he was pointing it at somebody, acting like that. I saw Carter Webb. He acted like he had a gun. He pointed it at the ground, obviously, you know. And that's I don't really like the call of celebrations, obviously, but he pointed at the ground. I really don't see no difference, and it was a no call on that.
I guess that's the conversation the coaches were having, and they pointed down here. I guess just talking about the dunks. You know, Brian Carter gets it to Livingston, back down to Carter. And 1 there. But it's like that stuff right there is a big momentum swinger, you know? And, you know, like it hurts when, you know, you're getting back into this game. You know, you hit a 3, you know, we come within 2 points and they get 2 free throws plus the ball. And, you know, now you're back in where Brian Carter converts a 3-point play. Carroll bringing up the floor. Gets a screen, finds Slaughter. Slaughter gets a screen from King, draws it back, spins, gets tied up, finds King, over to Carroll. Carroll, deep 3, won't go. Looks like that ball was going to be last touch by Walter State, but they said it's last touch by Maxwell Moore down there, which I don't know how a guy that's one person touches the ball more than over 2 people, but Malachi Brooks drives in. Alden Slaughter with a laugh on his face just knows that, you know, refs might be playing a little soft today.
Fans definitely letting them hear it.
Yeah, you know, and Alden Slaughter's going to go and have a conversation like, you know, how was that a foul? You know, if he changes his body in directions into me, there's really not much I could do there, you know. So
Malachi Brooks, pretty high free throw percentage here, 72%.
Goes 2 for 2 from the line. I mean, you're back to a 9-point deficit. If I am VolState, do not let this get to us. So we had the momentum coming in. Let's keep it, you know.
I kind of feel like you still have the momentum. You just need to.
Carroll up on Stovall, lays it in. Brooks. Stovall gonna call a foul there on Maxwell Moore. But I like to see the leadership. Cannon Al, who got assessed the tech, he owned up to it, and then he's telling his guys on the bench, like, you guys still got this. You guys are still in it. Don't think it's nothing too much. Carter gets it out to Brooks. Back down to Carter. Carter over to Webb for 3. Won't go. Foul there going to be called, and going to go help Preston King up.
There for a minute, I didn't think they were going to call the foul.
Yeah, they've had some late foul calls. It's going to be Malachi Brooks' first foul of the game. Full court pass to Carroll, caught, lost it, gets it back. Oh, I thought he handed it off to Preston King, but he kept it.
Great pass there, great catch too. Well, I mean, he didn't really catch it, but you know, he maintained possession long enough to put it in.
I thought he handed it off to Preston King, but faked the handoff and kept it himself. Livingston gets the screen from Carter, drives, kicks it to Carter. Carroll bringing up the floor. Gets it over to Moore. Gets it to King. Foul.
It seems like the refs are now, they're picking it up a little bit. You know, they're maybe calling it a little bit more fair here. And, you know, I've talked to these refs. Sorry to cut you off. They seem like nice people. I've talked to this exact rating crew. What's the word?
Referee crew?
Referee crew. That's what I guess I should have just said. They seem very honest people.
That's Stovall's third foul. So now your 2 big guys, Stovall and Nesbitt, both have 3 fouls. Slaughter, tough mid-range, won't go. Rebound Lynch. Oh, and he stepped out to go forward. If I'm VolState, settle down. You don't want to say nothing, do nothing that could possibly make you lose possession. I say that just because I saw Preston King, you know, smile and stick his tongue out after that happened. So, you know.
I definitely need to calm down. Don't want to give the refs any reason to maybe lean in any way. Let the crowd be your 6th man on the court.
Foul there on Livingston. It's going to send Demarius Carroll to the line.
Carroll hasn't been once tonight. Got a 65% free throw percentage.
Carroll getting a little talking to from the ref, just like, hey, keep it cool. No need to say nothing. Makes the first one. Gets ready for his second. Goes 1 for 2 from the line. Malachi Brooks bringing it up. Working on Carroll. Gets it to Livingston. Gets it to Webb. It's over to Brian Carter. Gets it to Lynch. Lost it, get it back to Carter. Gets it to Webb, over to Brooks for 3. Won't go. Rebound Lynch. Backing down Hardaway. Lays it home. Gets it to Slaughter. Slaughter behind the back, almost lost it. Looking for somebody. Finds Atkinson to Carroll. Pump fake the 3. Now he drives in. Tries to go up and under and draws the foul. I honestly thought he was going to try and go for a dunk there, and I got nervous.
So did I. We know he's got hops. He can get up there. I don't know if he can get up there over a person.
Yeah, I don't. I've seen him do plenty of dunks and warm-ups, but going up against a guy, I believe that was Livingston that he was going to go up against. Livingston sends out a good 6'4", so makes the first, and Demarius Carroll, he's at 6'1", so, you know, Livingston's got about 3 inches on him, but Carroll got to tuck in his jersey there. But you see the impact that is had without Jaden Nesbitt and without Tyree Stovall. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. 1-and-1 bonus for your Pioneers. Brian Carter almost lost it there. Gets it back, gets it to Carter Webb. Webb spins, tough mid-range. Tough shot, tough make there. Get it to Auden Slaughter. Gets it to Macon Atkinson. Gets it to Slaughter. Tough shot. Won't go. Swings in the corner for Livingston. Goes up. Lays it off the glass. Swing it to Atkinson, over to Delk. It's going to be Damari Lynch's 3rd foul. So now everybody that you could possibly have guard Jalen Hardaway has 3 fouls. Stovall, Nesbitt, and now Lynch. You're going to start running out of guys, and guys are going to have to start playing with fouls, and that's where you want to be if you're Ball State. 3 big guys all have fouls, because eventually you're going to get mismatches, and that's where you're going to want to attack. Because you and ones, you know, easy fouls.
Totally agree. This is especially already have the bonus or almost a double bonus. So the Pioneers need to capitalize on these free throws.
Hardaway makes the first one. He's going to go back for 1 more.
Hardaway, you know, we talked about it in the first half. He's had one heck of a game. He's really stepped up and been this team's leading scorer.
Yes. You saw him get limited playing minutes when it was Demarius Carroll, Jamal Nero, and Taylor Groves. And now it's just down to Demarius Carroll. So he's seen the court a lot more. Carter drives, kicks it back out to Webb. Behind the back. Auden Slaughter almost lost it there. Got it back. Hardaway goes behind the back, right at Lynch, and lays it in over his head. Hardaway. Mitch Shelton there. It's hard when you got 2 Jalens on the court at the same time. You don't know. Really got to pay attention to numbers. Shelton disrupted that pass. Gives it back to the Pioneers.
Hardaway seems to be in some pain. It's not a great sign.
Atkinson gets it to Delk. Gets it to Hardaway. Legal screen set there by Atkinson. He'll be with a offensive foul. And you mentioned that. Preston King comes in for Hardaway, maybe just to give him a break. Trey Redu brings it up. They get it to Livingston, over to Carter, back to Livingston, drives, lays it in. They bring the trap. You get it to Atkinson. Has it poked away as he was driving by. Get it to Livingston for three. It's good. Timeout. VolState.
The momentum has switched back. They came out, VolState came out great, came out hot against these the Senators, so very
that
disappointing.
Tech is just coming back to just swing momentum, and I don't, there's a thing called letting the kids play, and I just don't know if Cannon Hill did enough to assess the Tech there. I mean, I don't know if he may have said something like, so we don't know what's going on the court, but he could have said something, but I didn't really see like an outstanding gesture that could have been, really assess the Tech. And you see that sometimes. You see something that's like, too much, and that's when it's called for. But I just saw Cannon Hill hit a tough three, fading away. He got a little hyped. You bring your team within two on that bucket, so
yeah. I agree with that, but, at the end of the day, they're the refs. They see it down there. They have the authority to call whatever they would like, really. So it's definitely that is a tide turner, but it's also the point where the Pioneers have had multiple opportunities on mistakes to capitalize, and they haven't really taken them.
Yeah, and I mean, you just gotta reel it back in, gotta dial it back in. Go on a little bit of a run. You're down 12. Not saying you have to go on a 12-0 run, but go maybe get 6 straight points here. Make them call a timeout. Cut into this lead halfway. Windmill dunk there.
That is horrible for the momentum.
Yes, it is. But it's that full court. It's that full court pressure. Demarius Carroll will check back in there. They get it to Jalen Shelton. Looks inside. Dylan Delk took a shoulder to the face. Webb steps out. Carroll will check back in. Fans letting the refs hear it. Can a technical foul be assessed on the fans?
I would assume in this sort of arena, it would be kind of like baseball, where you can get thrown out.
You just never know. It's just.
You ever been to a T-ball game where a parent's been kicked out?
Yeah. I've had to throw a few parents out. I umpire baseball games over the summer, so I've had to throw a few parents out, even a few coaches here and there. Carroll gets a screen from King, pulls it back, gets it to Slaughter. Slaughter spins, tough fadeaway. It's good. Auden Slaughter.
Slaughter and Hardaway really been the shining stars for the Pioneers these past couple games, really. So stepped up big time for the team.
Gets it to Webb, mid-range, won't go. Carter rebound, going right at Delk, won't go. Blocked from behind by King, but gonna call a foul. I say that as in, like, I feel like every play there's a whistle somewhere. I don't mean like, it's just we're fouling a ton. It's just like, after some whistles, after some controversial things, and you start blowing it every possession, it starts to get a little exhausting hearing it. But not to hate on the refs.
They're just doing their jobs.
Doing their job there, it's tough.
Dylan Delk seems to have been cut up by something. I think Maybe I saw some blood on his arm.
Brian Swoop's going to take care of that, maybe get him back out there. Jalen Hardaway comes back in. If I'm the Pioneers, you know, the group I want to go with, you know, I know he got assessed to take, but it would be Hale, you know, Carroll, Slaughter, Hardaway, and King. I guess that would be like my group of guys. First free throw is missed. Oh. Auden Slaughter's going to fix the net for us. Brian Carter gets ready for his second after missing his first free throw. Goes 1 for 2 from the line. Jaden Nesbitt has checked back in. Hardaway lays it in.
Hardaway's
84-72.
Hardaway's on track to beat how many points he scored in the first half.
And one there.
Carter Webb.
I don't know who they called the Jalen Hardaway grabs the foul there.
It's his first foul, gone all game without a foul.
Bound to happen somewhere. Carter Webb converts the three-point play there. Speaking of, Cannon Hill's back in the game. So it's Carroll, Slaughter, Moore, and Hardaway for the Pioneers. It's Nesbitt, Redu, Livingston, Carter, and Webb for the Senators. Over the corner. Missed the dunk. That, I just don't know. I mean, he's trying to go up on a poster on a guy. I don't know if you can really call that just because he hits the ground because he couldn't do it, but no hate. It's going to be Maxwell Moore's second foul of the game. First one is no good.
Livingston has pretty high free throw percentage, 83%.
He goes 1 for 2 from the line. That'll bring in Tequez Butler. (88-72). VolState holds #1 in the conference. And on the men's side of things, Slaughter tries to go up. Gonna draw the foul there. Butler's gonna be assessed with, I believe, his 5th and final foul. So that is one player gone for the Senators. Their other people in foul trouble are Jaden Nesbitt and Tyrese Stovall. So if I am VolState, those are the two guys I'm targeting, making them play with fouls because they're either going to get called for a foul or it might lead to a bucket. Auden Slaughter misses his first.
Was 100% on the night before that shot.
Makes the second. Macon Atkinson checks in. Webb, swing it over to Carter. Give it to Langston, back to Redu. Redu gets a screen from Nesbitt, pulls it back, gets it to Webb. Webb slips, lost the ball, gets it back, down to Nesbitt, over to Carter. Thought about the three, now he drives in, lays it in, and good. Atkinson, screen. This pass is blocked by Webb. Get it up to Hardaway, over to Hale, back to Atkinson. Hardaway thought about the three, now he drives. Get it to Atkinson. Gets it over to Carroll. Carroll looks at Jalen Hardaway. Hardaway, tough shot, won't go. Hale, rebound, turnaround, good. Cannon Hale. Turnaround jumper, 90-75 here. Nesbitt. Screen, gives it to Livingston. It was a free lane there. Lays it in. Now, Kai Brooks will head to the scorer's table to check in. Moore gets over to Hale. Hale, screen, step back. Fades the pass over to Moore in the corner. Gets it back to the top of the key. Gets it over to Atkinson, down to Carroll in the corner. And Hardaway, back out to Moore. Moore, thought about the three, spins. And lays it in off the glass. This game is certainly not over, but it would take a lot of stops. Three won't go. Carter rebound, back out to Livingston. He'll shoot the three, won't go. Rebound, Hardaway gets it up to Carroll, up ahead to Hale, down to Moore. Goes right up on Nesbitt.
Moore with back-to-back tough takes to the basket there. One with Nesbitt on him and a nice spin move on the last one.
Redu, top of the key. Nesbitt up to take the screen. Doesn't take it, now sets the screen. Over to the corner for Webb. Mid-range, rattles in. Timeout. Senators, 94-79. You're not certainly out of this game, but like I said, it's going to take a lot. You're going to need some major defensive stops. And, you know, a key few things is you're going to have to go right at Jaden Nesbitt. I said Braden Nesbitt. Jaden Nesbitt. He's got 3 fouls. You know, put a guy like Hardaway or King on him. Make him foul. Make him do something that could potentially push him with 4 fouls. And if they go in with Stovall's also got 3. You're just going to have to start going at these guys that have foul problems, go right at them. Because, I mean, eventually they're going to you're either going to have a mismatch or they're going to trap you. Guys, you're able to kick it out, maybe get an open 3 there.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely need to be targeting Nesbitt. I know it's hard to score on him. He's so tall, such a big body down there in the paint. But it seems like he's going to take a break there. But even with, you know, we talk about Stovall, you know, another big body down there. He's got three fouls as well. I agree with you. Just go straight at him. He's going to foul eventually.
Atkinson gives it over to Moore. They get it to Hale. Get it over to King. Get it down. They get it to Hale. Hale thought about the 3. Now he drives. Floater won't go. Brooks loses it back into the hands of Hale. He's going to get it back to Atkinson just to kind of reset. Carroll. Gets it down to Moore on Livingston. Moore spins, goes up and under, and lays it home.
Another good take to the basket by Moore there.
Purdue doesn't take the screen from Lynch. Lynch gives it off to Brooks. Brooks takes the screen over to the corner. Drives, finds Lynch in the corner, 4-3. You got to get out and contest that if you want any chance of bringing it back. Atkinson.
I 100% agree.
Gives it up to Moore. Gets it to Atkinson. He'll shoot the 3. Bang! Making Atkinson. Get it down in the corner to Livingston. Stovall trying to work on King. Kicks it back out. Kicks it over. Drive. Blocked. Lynch, 3. Won't go. Rebound. Atkinson. Atkinson pushing it up the floor. Kind of Hale. 3 ball. Bang! Timeout. Johnny Lynn and the Pioneers seemingly have cut into this with just a few makes. Now a 10-point game with 1:51 to play.
And I just want to, point out that Macon Atkinson three there. That was so big because he doesn't really shoot many threes. He's got a 54.5 three-point percentage. He's only 5 for 11, so him making that's huge. He's stepping up for his team there.
Some of these guys taking shots they normally wouldn't take, so it's going to take. There's a minute 51 to play. You're just going to need stops. You're going to need rebounds, and you're going to need just guys making big shots. And, number 12 is going to be a guy. He's starting to find his rhythm, and it's hard to stop him when he finds it. There's guys on here. If you try to take him out, Alden Slaughter can pop out and hit a three. Jalen Hardaway can stretch the floor and hit a three.
Jalen Hardaway, as you mentioned, he stepped up. He's got 2 threes in this game, so he's stepped up big time too. He's also, he had 16 points in the first half. I think he's either there or he's already past it. 16 points in the second, so I've got him with at least 32.
Hardaway is going to start this series on the bench. It's going to be Carroll, Moore, Hale, Slaughter, and King to start this, with Lynch, Brooks, Stovall, and Carter Webb. Brooks puts the brakes on. Drives, loses it. Think they might say that might be a kicked ball there on
Preston King.
Yeah.
I could see that.
He was going to the floor trying to get the ball and just happened to kick it. It's an honest mistake. Gives it to Malachi Brooks. Foul. It's going to send Malachi Brooks to the line. That's Carroll's first foul of the game. It's going almost all game without a foul there. But this is just where you can't really start fouling. You were late in the shot clock. You don't want to foul. You just kind of want to, make them take an uncomfortable shot. If they hit it, then it's on that. Makes the first one. He's going to get one more. Hardaway subs in for King.
I think it's a good group out there for the Pioneers. You've got to find some open shots, though. You got to find some threes, even some twos, man. You got to get some open shots and hit them.
Carroll's going to bring it up the floor here. Carroll spins, gives it out to Moore. Moore over to Slaughter. Slaughter, sidestep three, won't go. You see, if I'm Moore, they're leaving me open the top of the key. I know you don't shoot a lot, but sometimes you just got to take the shot there. They're going to burn this clock even more. Puts it over to Malachi Brooks. Driving the lane over three ball. Won't go. Hardaway. Moore for three. Won't go. Looks like the Senators will dribble out the rest of this clock. 99-87 is going to be the final score as the Senators improve to 20-1 on the year and 12-1 in conference play. Carter Webb, a big help in that. The Pioneers fall to 10-13 and 6-7 in conference play. As we get ready to wrap up, we're going to go to a 30-second break, and then we will come back with just final thoughts from this game.
you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
is counting on me.
Welcome back for a post-game recap of the Pioneers' loss 99-87 to the Walter State Senators. Here is Kason with final scores.
Yeah, so for your Pioneers, I had Jalen Hardaway, with 31 points. So that's a great game for him despite the loss. I have Auden Slaughter with 18 points, another great game for him. And then I've got Cannon Hale with 11. And then for the Senators, Brian Carter leads the pack with, he's got 20 points. And then I've got Jaden Nesbitt with 10. He didn't play much of the second half because of foul trouble, understandably. And then I've got Taquez Butler, with 15 as well. So great game all around by the Senators and a great game for the Ball State Pioneers as well.
Yes, three-point shooting in the second half was a big separation there. And I feel like, once we got back into it, we were assessed the technical that kind of killed the momentum wave. What are some things that the Pioneers could do to improve ahead of their next game?
Yeah, definitely. So they were good at making the Senators cough up some of these turnovers and errors and stuff, and then they would go down the court and they wouldn't capitalize on it. They would go down there and they would maybe try an alley-oop. I remember over here we saw a Macon Agason alley-oop to Maxwell Moore, and then it just didn't work out, and they ended up putting no points on the board. And now I'm not going to say that right there is going to put you right back into the game, but it'll take off maybe 5-10 points if you just hit those easy turnover takes and those easy errors and put points on the board.
Yes, and something else is we just got to learn how to control the boards. And that is going to be all for the 99-87 loss here inside the Pickle Fieldhouse at Richard Moore Gymnasium here on the VolState Sports Network. Thank you for listening.